So, welcome back to Prague, Adrián.
Thank you very much. It's always lovely to be in Prague.
You are judging the Czech World Class final. How do you think the competition has changed since you won the global title in 2022?
Yeah, that's very true. You know, but that was my second time in a competition, right? After 6 years. So first time it has been like in the year 2016, and it has been here in Czech Republic. So I may compare maybe the evolution of the world class or the bar scene, not just like between years 2022 till now, but also maybe 2016 till now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's more challenging for sure. But I believe what we can see nowadays on a competition stage or like in the bars around the world in general, it's evolution of the flavors and tastes, like with the modern equipment, a lot of enzymes, you know, a lot of new techniques. So I think like also what we saw here these days, like on finals in Czech Republic, it's like the bartenders that are on a high level technically, right? So that's very cool. It's like nice evolution. I think like towards the guests is like a fantastic thing because we can actually explore the new world of the taste, flavors, textures, and so on. So the trend is actually going like right direction, I would say. But on the other hand, you know, I'm like very classical person, so I like to also see, and some people even show that they are there doing like real bartending, which is goal of bartending is to be personal, right? So we are always oriented towards the guests, and on the competition stage, I think is also very important to be there for the judges.
Sure.
So
yeah, that's true. As a judge this year, what are you focusing on when you're judging?
So the main focus, obviously, it's on written in a scoring sheet, right? Because each challenge is different. And this is also good advice for all competitors, which are there, like to create a presentation based on the points. Yeah? Because sometimes we are focused for the garnish, which might bring us only 5 points or maybe even 0, since like judge has not a category of the garnish in a scoring sheet, so we cannot give the points for the garnish, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what we are focused on is obviously like written in a judging sheet. But for me, always it's about more things together. We are looking for a most complex bartender, obviously, with a great knowledge, great presentation skill, obviously technically on a high level, great host, and obviously cocktail is very important always. Like the right temperature, right balance, good visual, nice aroma. So we are looking basically for more things, but always cocktail and personality.
Yeah. A few minutes ago or a few moments ago, you said that you are a classical person, classical kind of bartender, but how do you continue to grow up as a bartender today? Do you follow the global trends, rely on your intuitions or something else? Yeah,
I think, you know, like inspiration, basically, it's kind of lies everywhere around us, but, you know, I like to combine kind of tradition with innovation, obviously. Like tradition and things like classical things from the past, they are like great foundation, you know, for us bartenders to basically have a starting point and continue growing, which is very important to do evolution. Obviously, I'm reading a lot nowadays, not just in the books as in old times, but also on the web. There is plenty of inspiration from social medias across different platforms. So obviously, I'm trying to be connected to the new trends and sometimes even trying to create something what might be trendy, right? But you know, creativity basically is intelligence, having fun, right? So like we need the foundation, we need the information and curiosity. And this is basically the curiosity. I think like it's one of the main factors, you know, in the creative process, and that's helping us to still kind of keep ourselves posted and be connected to the trends.
Yeah. Can you still feel the curiosity after all those years?
Oh yes. You know, like I'm a very curious person. I'm always trying to understand the things, how they are working, why they are basically working in a certain way, and and I'm happy for that because like sometimes it's natural for people which are in the industry a longer time that they are basically losing a bit of motivation. They might be losing the curiosity and focus. But I love flavors, I like to experiment, so I still keep this. I still have this curiosity, and I hope that it will stay with me for a long time.
Sure. And what about your core values behind the bar these days? Have they changed over the past few years or not?
I'm obviously like you adjusting always a little bit, but I think like the values, core values are basically there always. And now we discuss just like these modern trends, and like big explosion of the technologies which are basically also implemented behind a bar. For me, like one of the core values behind a bar is still be human being. Right, and many times, like I can see in bars around the world, that bartenders are on a very high level technically, but they are missing hosting skills.
Yeah.
And obviously, cocktail is like kind of product which we are serving towards the guests in the bars, but I think hospitality is also the product, right? So for me, like core value is definitely to be there for persons, for the guests. Okay, so because our target is actually to create a meaningful time for the guests, right? To create a memorable moment. So I think like my value is to be there for people, be present in 100% in a moment, be there for the guest. Obviously, then we keep an eye on a product. So like one of the key values is probably consistency of the product.
Sure.
Also, and I like also system. So I'm always precise, basically always in everything what I'm doing. So that's one of the values.
That's very important.
I believe yes, because otherwise like it can be quite messy over there.
Okay. So many bartenders talk about having a signature style. How do you describe yours?
Yeah, like that's quite a tough question, but I already have an answer for this one because I faced this question in the past, and actually it's been once I have been coming back to competition after 6 years, and people they will tell you this cliche, be yourself, but how to actually be yourself, and I got this good tip that you become yourself. Once you write down like basically the values, how you like to be seen by the other people.
Yep.
So for example, I like traditions, as I said. I like innovation, obviously, elegance. So this is probably reflecting also somehow in my style. Obviously, the precise work, elegance and cleanliness, but also innovation, and which is based on the tradition. So that's probably my style. Like kind of nice contrast, right? Between past and the future, perhaps, but also executed in an elegant way. That's probably my style. Yeah.
How do you recognize a truly great cocktail? Is it a mix of technique, emotion, or something completely different?
It's a complexity of kind of everything what is like connected to the cocktail. But I think like the key element is the balance. And that's many times forgotten probably, or like not executed as well. Because for me, great cocktail is the drink which you are able to finish and you have no problem to order a second one. Yeah. So, and these kind of cocktails should also go on a menu, that if you like, you can stay on the same cocktail all night. So these cocktails are for me like great, and I like simplicity. So for me, less is more many times. And in the bars, like I'm also like trying to always look for the drinks which are combining usually 2-3 flavors, and they are just in a great balance. So
that's my next question. Let's make a new cocktail. When you create a new cocktail, where do you usually start? Is it a flavor? Is it a concept, ingredients, or something else?
Like there are two ways how to work, obviously. Like one is like to create the cocktail first, and one is to create a kind of story around the cocktail first, right? Like I'm not saying like there is a right way or the other one is the right one. It's very individual always. How I'm working, it's I'm not public speaker, I'm bartender, so I see that as an easier way to create a story first and then basically reflect or execute this story with the flavors, right? If I'm a public speaker, I probably will be more feeling like at home with the storytelling, and then I might see like a more challenging like to create or compose the cocktail. So for me, naturally, concept is coming first, and then I'm like building up flavors around. Then always once I'm creating the menu, so the core idea of the menu is the first thing which I'm trying to develop, and then obviously like we have more of the inspirations which are coming on the menu. I'm trying to find information about the exact inspirations, and then for me as a professional bartender is the easiest part is actually to compose the flavors together. Okay. So I'm starting from story.
But if you are talking about the story, does every drink need to tell a story?
Well, like sometimes we have the drinks without the story, like spoken story around, and the liquid speaks for itself, right? So that's also, good to keep in mind that like the guest which will be enjoying this cocktail will feel the evolution of the flavor in the mouth or like sensation of the other senses, right? So that can be also considered as a part of the story. So I'm not saying like all the cocktails need to have a story.
Exactly.
Sometimes stories are born after, after a couple of good cocktails. But I like to work conceptually. It is like a couple of words, like what is the meaning behind, and I think like it's adding the value, like this storytelling.
Because I'm asking about because sometimes you just go into the bar and order a skinny bitch or gin and tonic. You don't need any story with it, but to drink a good cocktail.
The name already is telling you quite a lot, right? Like this is I'm saying like also the name of the cocktail is like very important, or a name of the concept. There has been also many brands in the past which you basically which had not really storytelling around. But by the name, we already got the meaning of the company. There is this mental pastilles fisherman friend, for example. Yeah, so it's the same for everything. Like the story is already within the name itself.
Yeah. Do you ever think about your drinks look in photos or video? Is visual presentation part of your creative process or not?
Absolutely, yes. Because as old saying goes, the first taste is with eyes. And I think like in the age of social media, for example, now everything needs to be Instagrammable and so on. I think like it's very important, obviously, like to create also nice visual. And I think it's part of that complex experience which we're creating, not just focus for the taste or flavor, aroma or temperature, texture, but also visual. And then with the storytelling, it can create like basically...
The visual part is very important.
Absolutely. I think like it is helping us already naturally to tell the story, and it's just adding the value into the cocktail for sure.
What does great hospitality mean to you, and how do you bring that to life behind the bar?
Like great hospitality, I think... it's standing on like couple of values, but as I said, like our goal is to create like a meaningful time to our guests. So that is like for me hospitality, that you feel welcome, that you feel seen, basically you feel special, right? And there is the very important is emotional engagement, and old saying goes again that there is never second chance to create a first impression, right?
Sure.
So straight from the first seconds, once the guest is coming to the bar, need to feel like welcome, need to feel registered and seen, right? So that's very important. And then obviously the hospitality we can express with a great cocktail, being on time, spot on, always there for a person. But as hospitality, what we're trying to uncover, or what we're trying to do is uncover needs of people before they address them. So there's like highest level of hospitality, which is like Japanese omotenashi, basically, right?
It's like kind of art. This is what you're talking about.
It's many times it's challenging, but like we can obviously also based on the knowledge and expectation, we can read the situation already. If someone will eat heavier food, we might come like in 3 minutes and ask for a coffee, right? And we can uncover this need of the person before he will address it also. So if we are now in a basement bar, for example, and this is like a story from the life, from the past. I also worked in a place like this. Guest came to the bar and spent like 2-3 hours with us, and it was a sunny day outside, like once he has been coming in, but once he has been asking for a bill, I came with an umbrella because we communicated with the colleagues on the first floor, right? So this person didn't know that he needs umbrella because there is raining outside, but if he will come out on the street again, like he will find his need, right? So obviously, like also having kind of being informed and having a certain knowledge, like can help us to read the situation and navigate basically towards this uncovering of needs of people before they address them.
That's hospitality. That's true.
Can
you remember a moment when you experienced a truly special hospitality as a guest?
Oh, many times, yes. But I have very nice memories since we touched on Japan a little bit. Like once I visited Tokyo and Bar High Five with Ueno-san, and it has been truly, for me, like very special thing. For some people, it might be small, but I remember like he obviously took care of us like at the bar. But once we had been leaving, we had the luggage because we went straight to the airport, and I had been there with Erwin Trikowski. And basically, once we had been leaving from the bar, he went outside of the bar on the street with us. He helped us with the luggage, stopped the cab. There is not that many people speaking English in Japan, so it meant a lot for us, right? And I felt really special. Like Ueno-san is going on the street with you, taking your luggage, stopping the cab for you. That's fantastic, right? It truly basically went outside of the box, basically outside of the bar in this case, and truly showed us that that hospitality is not just in the venue, but it stays, or it actually can stretch far behind. Right? So.
Let's back to Oslo. Yeah. Can you tell us something about your new bar project in Oslo? Where are you in the process right now?
Yeah, like you are probably very first media where I'm openly speaking about that.
Okay.
But yes, obviously I can. We have been experiencing obviously quite a big delay. I say it's very common in a projects new projects opening. So it took us only 11 months to sign the location. But now basically the project has been registered, and first demolition and reconstruction part is already happening now. Okay. So we are going towards the opening. I hope that we can still execute somehow after summer, maybe September, October. That will be great.
This year?
Yeah, hopefully, yes. Before the winter season starts, which is truly busy at the bars, and I'm pretty much ready with obviously concept, and I have a great team. I feel very fortunate to have enough of professionals in my team actually to have even more.
So you already have a team?
I already have a team for a longer time,
Cool.
So basically this one is sorted out, and I feel very fortunate to have a strong team with me. People which are passionate in different directions of the beverage industry, basically. We have KPIs, company codex, menus are already halfway done, I would say. Most of the deals are almost closed with the distributors and so on. So now last details just to build it up.
Okay, so cocktail menu is not done yet.
It is basically, I have an idea for the first menu, which I decided to go for. And we have somehow written already the main inspirations with kind of directions for stories, plus also some flavors, which we like to focus on in the first year. So
So then let me ask you, what kind of concept and atmosphere are you aiming to create in your new bar?
So contrasts, basically it's the bar which is reflecting on day and evening operation as a right contrast, Obviously nowadays, it's quite trendy that people are maybe drinking less alcohol. Some of them, they are not drinking at all. So I think daily operation make big sense, in a business, definitely. But obviously we are focused on creating the quality, drinking less but better, right? Creating experience. So this hybrid concept, daily operation, is more about the coffee, which is very popular in Norway, right?
Okay, that's true.
Or in Scandinavia in general. Then obviously on the teas, tea is my passion also. I have basically, during my travels, I tried some amazing teas, especially in Asia, like Indonesia, China, or Japan. So I fell in love with the tea, and I like to bring this more also to Norway, in a daily concept.
Okay.
And then also we will be focusing obviously for the food. During the day, it's more sando style of sandwiches, Japanese style of sandwiches, but introduced with the Nordic flavors. Okay, and then evening time, it's focused more for the cocktails and small sharing plates as a quality comfort food, basically served at the bar. And we have also special part of the bar, which I'm calling creative space. It's a kind of multifunctional room, I would say, because that's originally our prep room, but it's designed with a bar station in the end of omakase kind of table experience, right? Okay. So this is a room which will be used for multisensory sessions, and that's drinking experience or drinking and eating experience in a 2-hour sitting. where basically the drinks will be served with the support of the projectors, like visual side, and obviously some aromas paired with the food, coming with the storytelling.
Yeah. So it's not going to be like speakeasy, nothing like that?
Not really, because like this, it's designed in a way that it can be used as an extension of the bar. So it's behind the glass door with a curtain during Fridays and Saturdays. But if you like to isolate this venue, we can actually close these doors and
that sounds great. This
create experience there, very private one.
Yeah, when you talk about the alcohol situation in Nordic countries, what another challenges and opportunities come with opening a new bar, for example, in Norway?
Yeah, there are obviously a lot of opportunities or kind of a lot of pluses towards the cons, obviously, like the challenges, right? Pluses are like, it's like natural. I feel like I'm growing naturally, I'm learning loads of new things, right? And I can feel that I'm basically getting better than I have been before, getting more complex, in a beverage business in general. So there are like plenty of occasions once you can learn, but also there are certain challenges. Obviously, like in Norway, everything is expensive. That's the first thing.
That's true.
Second thing is like that there are certain institutions or certificates which you need to have, licenses and so on. So sometimes it's a bit challenging, especially if I'm not from Norway, basically, right? But I have a couple of people in my team which are basically domestic from Norway, so they are helping us with these things. And I think like every day is bringing like some challenge. There's a lot of delays, right, from the different distributors, and a lot of situations which require like to push a little bit on the people to be on time and execute as promised. Yeah.
Looking back, what advice would you give your younger self before your first big competition?
Loads of things, I would say, but probably, everything happened like how it has been meant.
Yeah.
Definitely, what I will tell to myself, like, just continue learning, push for the target which you have like in front of you, or push towards the target. Maybe like sometimes try to distill the ideas. Maybe this is like what I will tell to myself, because I am also creative person, and sometimes we have a tendency to try to pack all the different inspirations and ideas within one presentation. 5 minutes is too short to express 20 ideas. So that was probably also my kind of point of failure, in the past, that I tried to do too much, and as I said previously in this interview, less is many times more,
That's
so
true.
Just like distill the ideas and make it more understandable, more simple, More simple is beauty. Right?
That's true. What brings you the most joy right now? I mean, like these days, behind the bar, outside of work, or somewhere else?
I lost already, I think, border between personal and working life. So, I'm not really feeling like that I'm really kind of at work. I more feel like that I live, right? But what makes me happy is like to definitely work with the professionals and see also their personal growth. Like, obviously, I'm very happy for people around me, kind of. I'm not really that much focused on myself. So this is probably the thing which is making me kind of most happy, to see people growing and building something together, and obviously I have probably a smile on my lips coming from in a moment when I see like people around me smiling, So that's probably what is making me happy.
Adrián Michalčík is guest of VisitChef. Thank you very much for the interview.
Honza, thank you very much for having me, and I'm greeting all the viewers of the VisitChef, and I hope to see you again soon. Yeah? Cheers.
To byla další epizoda z podcastu magazínu VisitChef. Všechny epizody naleznete v našem archivu na www.visitchef.com/podcast a také ve všech podcastových aplikacích. Kontaktovat nás můžete na adrese redakce @visitchef.com. Na nový díl podcastu od nás se můžete těšit každý týden. A my se budeme těšit na vás.